Hey Internet, it's RJ, welcome back. Thanks for tuning into the show today. Now, today's episode, you can see another installment of RJ on the road. Last time it was hunting bank promotions. This time we're down in New Orleans for the second annual credit card meetup. So it was great to meet a lot of you guys, but since we're down here, I thought it might be interesting to do, I don't know, a travel recount of sorts. Plus, more importantly, how does a cashback person get travel booked, without your fancy metal credit cards and such. Believe it or not, it is possible. So we'll go through the wallet and some just fun stuff from the trips. Of course, if that sounds interesting to you, go ahead, press the subscribe button, and let's get to work. Now, of course, I'll break this up into sections depending on what you're interested in. We'll do the credit card booking stuff last. I'll just run through some of the notes. So it came down here. It was over Labor Day weekend. Again, a ton of people came out, hung out with a lot of folks, whether you're in the Discord or just channel, and whether your main channel or run on the bank channel is great. Johnny, Abdulwali, Tweaky Mantis, and his brother. I finally found out who Grand Moff Tarkin was, if you know him from the Q&As, John R. Everyone we met was very great. It was very cool meeting everyone. Everyone was real cool. Had a lot of fun time, even though we were outside for most of it, like in the sun, right? Which is a bit much, but for you guys, no big deal. So definitely thank you guys if you came out. Surely I'm not naming everyone, of course, but it was great for sure. So came down here Saturday morning because I can't do the connecting flights through Atlanta, so I just found the first direct one I could get Saturday. Didn't feel like taking the day off or coming early on Friday. Really didn't want to spend the money for the extra night, for being quite honest. So came down through Delta, of course, Delta Comfort or something like that, if it matters, because we'll talk about how I booked it later, but not a big deal. Got in, hung out for a while with a few folks, and then went down here, staying in a Marriott Fairfield. It's about 20 minutes or so walk from the that square. Was it Jackson Square where they had it at? Funny enough, like we were doing the touristy thing overall in the beginning. I was like, all right, well, where's this French Quarter at? Where's this Bourbon Street? And Johnny is the guy I was with. He's like, we've been in the French Quarter for like 25 minutes. It's like, oh. Didn't know, but that's okay. Did the touristy thing, saw it, ate one of those donut things with like way too much powdered sugar on it. So I think my blood sugar is officially spiked for like the next month. I don't know, but I did the touristy thing. That's kind of what I try to do when I go to a place, do the touristy thing, get in, get out. Actually, this is Sunday morning. I'm leaving probably right after I tape this video and go hit breakfast. But it'll give me something to do on the plane. So overall, not too bad, just walking back and forth between the hotel here. Got about 20 minutes. I picked my hotels, as a few of you know, based on location. Is it close to where I need to be? And of course, any closer means more expensive. Didn't want to do that. So out here is easy enough. I don't need parking for the day, so that's not a problem. I prefer if you have on-site breakfast included. They do. Great. We're going to hit that before we go. Saves a lot of time. I mean, you're paying for it, but you know what I mean. It's included, right? And then do they have a gym? And this is probably the last funny story before we get into it. The cards is that the guy at the front desk was like, nah, well, we have a fitness center, but it's under renovation. Just ruined. I was like, I might check out immediately. But he saved it. He's like, no, the hotel across the street or down the block, if you go down there, you show them your room key, they'll let you into their gym. So I went over there Sunday, like 5:45 in the morning, because I'm still like an hour, I'm used to being an hour ahead. And I was like, show him my key. Like, sir, it is 5:45 on a Sunday morning. No one is trying to sneak into the gym that's not actually supposed to be here. So they were very nice. They let me in. The gym was cool. Just enough. Sunday's an easy day, so it doesn't have to be that big. But I've got a streak of working out every day, and if the day ends in Y, we train. That's my rule. So that saved the entire trip, weirdly enough. I mean, if it came to it, I would have just jogged outside, but it didn't. I spent enough time outside at the meetup, more than enough to cover me for like the whole summer, I think. So anyways, that was the trip. Again, good to meet everyone. Nothing crazy or uneventful. Again, wasn't really here for that long. So the cards and the bookings, right? We covered Delta. We covered the hotel. We got some B-roll of it. Well, in the wallet, well, this is, the room key. You don't need that. I did throw in the business platinum. I do have it through January. I threw it in my backpack. That's why it's loose in here. It was just in my backpack. DTW has like 4 or 5 sky clubs. New Orleans Airport has a sky club. Actually, right when I came off like the jetway, on the left, and it was like right there. Did not go. Might go. Thought about it. I think I'm just not going in defiance at this point. Why? Just to be contrarian for no reason. This is like my silly protest of like taping myself to a wall, I guess. Like super gluing myself to the street, I guess. But anyways, I brought it just in case. Maybe I go and do like a revisiting the lounge video, like my thoughts. It would definitely come in handy, but not a big deal. So anyways, there's really only a few cards in here. So we've got, of course, my Bank of America Unlimited Cash Card, if you're not sick of hearing it. Platinum Honors, 2.6 back on everything, still a catch-all card. This one comes with me all the time, really no matter what. Then the other three, one is actually not even useful for this trip specifically, but it's in here, so we'll cover it. OG Freedom, this is for the gas category. Retrospect, I probably should have grabbed a Freedom Flex, because I did. Sometimes I buy like one water bottle at home and then like bring it, so I can refill it. But sometimes when you're out, you're like, it gets old after a while. You need to refresh the bottle. So I could have just used that as a drugstore. But OG Freedom, really just for gas, not relevant to the trip. So we'll move on. The other two are pretty simple. One of my custom cash cards is food. This one's always my food card. There's actually a tape on the back of it. If I cover the numbers, you can see that I put tape on the back of it and write food because I have two, so I know which one to use. So easy enough, self-explanatory. And then the last one here is, of course, the Bank of America Susan G. Komen card. It's basically like a customized cash card. It is a customized cash card. So normally it'd be 3 back on a quarter of your category of your choosing, up to $2,500 and spend a quarter. For me, it's 5 1/4 back. Platinum Honors again. So for me, it actually says customized cash rewards on the back of it, even though it's Susan G in the front. I just noticed that. So anyhow, for me, I don't really have a good travel card, so I swapped this into travel. I ended up doing a Chicago run earlier in the quarter, so this was already travel, and that was just a road trip, so it covered the hotel, it covered the tolls, parking garages, things like that. So I put the flight on here, the hotel on here. I'll probably put the parking garage on here. The cab person on the way over did basically like beg me to pay them in cash. I was like, fine. I also do carry cash, so it's like, whatever, man. Like, if it helps you out that much, so be it. So there you go. Those are the cards I have. I could have put the flight. I thought about putting the flight on the Business Platinum again for 5% back book directly. And you do get, of course, some of your insurances. Baggage insurance need a little bit less. I mean, I don't check a bag. That's part of the reason why I just started paying for the Comfort C, just because you basically guarantee a spot. And the above, it's not that big of a deal. We were delayed, but it wasn't like that much of a delay, honestly. So for me, I think it was fine. I'd rather have the cash to easily redeem at the end of the year than sending them more membership reward points that, of course, now I can redeem at 1 cent per point because I have this in the business checking account, but that's not always going to be the case. I really don't think I'm going to keep this, and I just don't see that. And then even at this Marriott, it's under construction. Like, I think it's fine. Like, I think it's a fine Marriott. It's nothing to write home about. Sure, the room could be updated a little bit, but like, I don't know. I don't care. It's fine. Gold status ain't gonna get you anything here. The breakfast was just included. You don't need a status. This isn't a place we're gonna get an upgrade, and we've been over. This is the kind of place I would stay and then just walk over to save the money, right? So there's that. But though, that's really how I did it. My other options, if you're interested, would be the Wells Fargo autograph card. It's a solid 3x travel card, no annual fee card. I do have that one, but for the Bank of America deal, the whole point of my preferred rewards quest and journey was so I could do things like this. So the Bank of America cards do really come in handy because they let you change every month and once a month if you wanted to. Other than that, I could move around some custom caches. You could move around other cards. Again, I just like to have cards that are set and forget it because it removes the potential for error using the wrong card. So for me, that ended up working out okay. Other alternative, I could have just bought Delta gift cards with a category card. Hotel would have been a little bit tougher, but still. So like, my long-term strategy is, like we were talking about this at dinner the other night, like I do think the Wells Fargo Journey card could be my keeper travel card, even with an annual fee, which I don't love. Credit's very easy to use, makes it $50. You do get a lot of the protections. 5x flights, 4x hotels. Like, they denied me this year, but I do think the Journey is probably the card of the year, in my opinion. And I hope, we don't know how strict they're going to be, so it's possible eventually I can get approved for that. I could see keeping that card for a dedicated travel card, potentially, right? I just don't love the annual fee, but it's probably as cheap as it's going to get for me and what I'm looking for. So either way, there you go. Despite what everyone would think, say, however you believe, you do not have to wait until monsoon season and when the moon is in the 5th house on the 33rd day, the 15th month, to kneel before the Amex gods to get $11 of your credit that you prepaid them $700 for in the beginning of the year when your annual fee kicked in to travel. You can just use plastic credit cards, and you get through TSA a lot easier when they're just plastic. So that's how we did it. Of course, I'm sure you're going to have some fun with this in the comments below, so let me know how you would have booked it. Let me know what cash or plastic cards you would have used. The travel ones are easy. I know you people with your brilliant cards and this, that, and the other, but it's just so expensive, and this is fine. So anyways, again, shout out to everyone who came out. It was a great time. For Luke for getting it started, for Chad for carrying the torch. I think there's already talk about next year going to Puerto Rico of all things. Like, that seems like a trek, but I've got 11 months maybe to like get myself prepared for that. So we'll see out there. So anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this one. So of course, if you liked it, drop me a thumbs up down below. If you found it particularly interesting, consider subscribing to the channel, as we're posting content just like this every single week. And of course, right back here every single Sunday with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance, and every single day over on profitablecontent.com, which is the channel's blog. It's always linked down below for you and on the channel homepage. We're posting the latest news stories, so if you need something to read on your travels, bank promotions, and of course credit card offers. So if you want to get somewhere, we got cards for you. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this one. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you very soon in the next one.